Hi everyone, Schoolhouse Intuitive. Thanks so much for being here. This is a Libra reading, Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, any placement of Libra. We are going to use tarot cards, oracle cards, and I'll share channel messages. We're going to get into the month, the energies of August 2026. We have a lot going on, and you could find these messages resonate for any area of your life. They could help you clarify love situations, help you make your next money moves. We'll use even decks with those names on them. We're going to tap into the energy of the eclipses briefly, and I'll let you know what sort of common themes are coming in. This can be connected back to the reading I did at the end of December when I was kind of making a little forecast for each month of the year. And so some things that came in were things like new support, new partnerships. Let me get my notes here. New support, new partnerships, being creative, okay? Taking that risk. Some sort of risk is being taken. It's like you're freeing yourself from sort of an Eight of Swords energy and not fearing a blank canvas. You could be setting boundaries and remember who your true source or what your true source really is, connecting into joy. The numbers 1919 came in, or the number 1919. And actually, now that I think about it, that's the sun. That's 19 is the sun. And hey, that's Leo season, right? So yeah, and we are in Leo season. So this is all about the month of August here. So even though Leo season starts in July, but yeah, writing, if I didn't already say that, writing. And then your patience and hard work, yeah, could be tested. But overall, I'm getting major progress, Libra, toward your long-term goals. So when I tapped in just now recently for the August reading, I was getting like you're breaking through, you're pushing forward. Be ready because you're going to be attracting whatever or whomever you need to in order to make your dreams long-term goals and dreams possible, making them happen. You're extra magnetic. You could be stealing the show, stealing the prize. I was getting networking looks excellent, which, that can lead to other things, relationships, abundance, that sort of thing. There's something too, Libra, that was kind of funny about mid to late August. And I mean funny as in actually comical or theatrical. So, yeah, I just report what I get channeled. There's something about you establishing a new routine, health, hairstyle, appearances that could come to the forefront in August. In August, that could come to the forefront. I'm getting something about juggling home and work or projects. August 6th through September 9th, Venus, our ruler, will move into Libra. Love yourself, and love will find you or something or someone to love, right? I was getting that energy of like treating yourself, connections, very strong. Major leaps as far as changing your look, your outlook, and that's changing your life. It's a major flex, really, major flex. How you're viewed could be changed, and I mean this in a very positive way. There's a lot of communication. I was getting airwaves. I was getting team huddles with that. So working with a group could be key. Make sure you're making time for laughter and to recharge your batteries, Libra. I was also getting something about you unlocking or moving forward, or literally being given keys or a passcode. So you could be getting access, okay? You're getting new access. For the, there's the 8-8 Lionsgate. Let's not forget that. So that's coming in. And I'll probably touch on that again later in August or a little, like a week or so. But I was also getting the Leo new moon and solar eclipse on August 12th. Could be new beginnings, career, relationships. There's advice to be playful. So I think it's kind of a joyous time then for some of you, okay? And then for 8/28, that's the Pisces lunar eclipse. Now, I want to say, though, even though those are dates of the actual eclipse, the event itself, it's the energy with it. We already feel it. We're already in it. We're going to be in it. Some astrologers say we're in it for months and months after, maybe even longer. So just keep that in mind. Pisces lunar eclipse on 8/28. You could be really kind of facing day-to-day things, balancing responsibilities, juggling. That's where I feel like you might be getting into new routines, patterns, habits, even mindsets could change at that time, because yeah, I was getting juggling Two of Pentacles. And then I am getting a big thing to remember with these eclipses is rewards from seeds planted up to 6 months ago. You could start seeing rewards for that, or yeah, rewards from the seeds that you planted up to 6 months ago. Okay, so those were the channeled messages that I received for us. Again, I connected that to also the very first part I spoke about, the predictions or forecasting, I guess you'd call it, not really predictions, but that were made at the end of December. So now let's get out the Sacred Sun Wisdom Oracle, because we are in sunny August, at least where I am, sunny August. So only take what resonates. You have free will, final say. Your intuition knows best. So take what resonates, leave the rest. Thank you. And let's see, Libra. I'm getting something about like leaving a paper trail. So that's coming in right now, clairaudiently. We have midpoint. So you've moved from the learning phase to competence and now advancing towards mastery. Yeah, this is a pivotal month for you. As I said, the first word that came to mind was breakthrough. So that's breaking through, moving forward. It seems to be major progress, major, like big leaps. So you're passing tests, there's an upgrade, a promotion, and you rise, Libra. You rise. What else? For August, for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node. Again, it's very positive that our ruler is moving into our sign. That's August 6th. So just could be a happy time, or just a new happy beginning for some of you. Oh my gosh, I love it. Fell on the floor, but it's the bright side here. Yep, definitely a brighter path ahead for you, Libra, because you've pushed through. This is about a blessing in disguise too, hidden blessings, finding the silver linings amidst troubles and shifting your view of yourself and the world. Now, what's interesting about this is she's wearing a blindfold. One channeled message I received back in December for this month was the Eight of Swords. And it's like you getting out, or actually that was part of your reading. Sorry, it wasn't channeled, it was part of the reading that came out. And that's the Eight of Swords. It feels like you're moving on from that, brighter days ahead. It feels like you're releasing yourself from any sort of mental, any sort of restriction, a self-imposed restriction, or feeling stuck or trapped. It's like you're moving forward. So you're freeing yourself. I was getting a release coming in. So a release. Okay, what are we getting? We have potential. And there she is holding, looks like an Ace of Pentacles to me. Potential. So this is having it be up to you to draw on the energy and use it to convert a possibility into a reality. That is what the Ace of Pentacles is all about, taking that seed of potential and creating something. So you are making your own opportunities. You're taking a possibility or an opportunity and making it into something major, something big, something much more tangible. And actually, we are just going to do 3 for this. And the reason we're doing that is because 33 came in and 3s were coming in. And 3s have been coming in a lot lately in your readings. So you may want to look into the number 3. But overall, 3s, it can be connecting to the letter C, as in Christine, Catherine, Caleb, all that. So, because it's the third letter in the alphabet, right? But 3s can have to do with, it can actually, I was getting kind of like, well, definitely creativity. So the imagination, creativity, being part of groups too. So sort of a gregarious kind of energy. Freedom from worry also comes in for me with 3s. And so having like the optimistic kind of attitude. 3s in tarot, think of the 3 of Wands, which is like an opportunity on the horizon. 3 of Swords could be, maybe recovering from some sort of grief in some way. 3 of Pentacles, teamwork, collaboration, right? Togetherness. And then 3 of Cups can have to do with some sort of community support, maybe, or celebration. And then, of course, the Empress is also a 3. And that's about, in a nutshell, beauty, creativity, abundance. And I think with Venus going into our sign, Libra, we're all about, Empress kind of energy, right? So I feel like it's going to be extra good for us if we're trying to, if we want to change our look or create something. So yeah, bringing it in, right, Libra? Also, you could say that the world is also connected to a 3 because it's 21, right? So 2 and 1 is 3. So that can have to do with an overall like accomplishment, harmony, fulfillment, some sort of completion, right? And I think it could be connected to travel if some of you are feeling like that's something you're wanting to do. Now, I don't want to ignore the fact that we have those eclipses this month, right? And I'll be doing more readings about that, but I don't want to ignore the fact that today is actually a full moon. So the day this video is posting, it's the buck moon, so full moon in Aquarius. So let's get some moon messages too. And you may find that they go from like now through August. Okay, it's not just like today, okay, for this full moon. And the energy is going to stay with us for a while. And you may even find that it connects to the full moon at the end of August, being that it is an eclipse. So let's just see what it brings in. So time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. All right, full moon in Scorpio. Because you've released some negativity, that's how you're able to moving from like that midpoint there, moving from the learning phase to competence. Now I'll pull angel cards, animal cards, angel numbers. We'll get cards connecting to abundance, career. Like I said, money moves deck. I'll use that. I'll use the clarifying love situations deck. And of course, the cheeky tarot, we'll use that today. All right, Libra. A new start is coming. Awesome. Yeah, new moon energy here coming in. So that's what's clarifying the bright side. So this is all about the silver lining too for some of you. Maybe there's just like a big shift or a big outlook change that can then lead to a new start coming. Okay. What else do we have, please? Confidence is your key to success. New moon in Leo. Absolutely. Here we are in Leo season. Right. And then what do we have there? We have a lion. So connecting us right to that 8-8 Lion's Gate. There's big potential there for you to create opportunities, possibilities for yourself using that energy. All right. And as a matter of fact, I want to get cards right now on how to do that. So let's go ahead and get some Moonology manifestation messages. I'm going to turn this so you can see it a bit better. There we are. Thanks to all of you who tune in regularly. I appreciate my subscribers and members. Appreciate it. We have focus on the positive, new moon in Sagittarius, and that's what's clarifying the releasing the negativity, right? So we're focusing on the positive, and that's the direction you're going to head, okay? What else do we have, please? If you enjoy the reading, you know how to show support. Like the video, hype, share, leave a comment, all that, subscribe. Okay, Libra. Take a breather. Last moon in Cancer. So this is last quarter moon in Cancer. So the take a breather is like, hey, take a breather because the new start is coming. Okay, let's look towards the bright side, right? Just like a sunflower turns to the direction of the sun. We want to be a sunflower. So let's all be sunflowers this August, okay? All right. Turn to the direction of our joy, of our bliss. So another message coming in right before the reading, Libra, was you matter more than you realize. Okay, you matter more than you realize. So really, really living that energy and owning it, owning your awesomeness, right? We have release your blocks, first quarter moon in Scorpio. Excellent here. Release those blocks. Let's see if there is. What should we surrender to? I'm actually going to use the Maruka X. This deck, there's not a name on it, but it's something about like releasing money blocks, that sort of thing. So that's the back of it. Here we go, Libra. What are we releasing now, please? Releasing. Whoa. I just released half the deck. So, all right. So we have 3 cards on the table, and that's what we're doing here. So environment. So this is about chaos around you, creating chaos in your head. So it's time to get organized, Libra. Organize your space. Right? Organize your space. And this is about decluttering, creating an environment that's going to signal to the universe that you're ready for the next big step. That is the releasing of the negativity, right? Anything that's holding you back. Next, we have imaginary blocks. So it's up to you to decide what's real as you look towards the new start and the bright side. This is fears being blocked, or the fear of being blocked or having obstacles that you face. That could actually be imaginary, right? That's connecting to that 8 of Swords. Okay, so this is it's time to think of the obstacles that you most fear or stagnant aspects of your current situation and ask if they're even real or imaginary. Sometimes a good question, Libra, to ask is like, is this even mine? Did this even come from me? Because a lot of the things that hold us back are actually things other people have said that were cruel, that are just untrue, right? Because maybe they were experiencing lack within themselves and then they tried to project that onto you. So you might be surprised that a lot of what we think is real as far as our limitations actually is not true. They're actually manageable. So let me just, I do have some cards on the floor. I'm going to put those back in the deck. And then we have being too serious here. I'll put these back too. Being too serious, and this is about smelling the roses. So you might be caught up in seriousness that makes it hard to enjoy what you're doing. All right. So this is like releasing that sort of block of being a little too serious. So take time to stop and smell those roses, so to speak. So when you take life too seriously, you could lose sight of what actually needs your attention, moving you away from your purpose. Like, so this is about move away from thinking your purpose is your job, and you'll start to see your life in a new light. Maybe your purpose is your joy, or your joy is your purpose, or just being happy is the whole point of all this in life, right? So something to think about there, Libra, but not to overthink about it. All right, let's get into the cheeky tarot here, but of course you do you, right? Cheeky tarot. Before I get into the tarot, let's get some tarot tokens, okay? Tarot tokens here for Libra. Oh my goodness, I love it. You have the Empress. You have the Empress here. This is amazing. And that's, like I said, I've been getting threes for a while. Even in the last reading, you ended up getting 3, 3, 3, 3 in your cards. So now you have the Empress. Okay, so let's get a little stand for her. Some of you may be taking a stand, actually, as far as the way something's going to go. The way something may have gone down before is not how you're going to allow that. It's like you're not going to allow it to happen again. All right. So I had to go under the table and get the rest of those cards. Okay. So Libra, thinking about the Empress here and how you can make something out of what you do have, taking that potential as we just talked about and growing something, growing more abundance. What do we have? This is also overcoming any sort of creative block. So really being in the flow and, knowing that you have all the resources to do what it is you need to do. And if you're not here yet, they're on their way. So act as if, right? Act as if. First card, Four of Pentacles. Funny enough, you had this in the August reading forecast, the little overview I did back in December. So there's the Four of Pentacles. Yet again, Libra, what are you holding on to for fear of letting go, right? Is it security? Is it an old and outdated view of yourself? Let's get another card on that to clarify. So Four of Pentacles. I feel like you're releasing yourself from that Four of Pentacles, and whatever's been weighing you down, you're freeing yourself. And we have making better decisions. So some of you have been kind of hung up on some bad decisions, maybe. So maybe you ignored your intuition and now you're suffering the effects of those decisions. And so this is like, if things aren't going well, it's best not to make important decisions during that time. Instead, wait until you're in a good frame of mind and you've gathered enough information to make an informed decision. Figuring out what's real, right? Like with that imaginary blocks card. What do we have, please? So as you may have noticed, this reading posted today on a Wednesday. My schedule has changed and because of work, my actual job, not this. So yes, Sundays and Wednesdays is when I'll be posting for Libra. So Sundays and Wednesdays. And of course, if you're a member, you'll get a bonus video as well when I can do those. All right, King of Swords. King of Swords is getting through those imaginary blocks, deciding what's real, right? This is somebody he's the king of clarity, and if you're wanting to, kind of get some clarity as far as what was the truth, or if you're wanting to gain control, or even have a little more balanced judgment, this is the person to help you, right? This is the energy that is absolutely supportive of you making those changes. What do we have, please? What else? Clarifying potential, confidence, seriousness, releasing blocks. You have the King of Cups. So we already have two kings out on the table. And I want to remind you, the Empress is actually the energy of all four queens. So we now have, yeah, King of Cups. So King of Cups, like not getting swept away by anything, by any sort of illusion, right? By anything that's just weighing you down. This is having emotional control, the balance, right? This is a very supportive energy. Okay, and I was getting that a lot of you are getting supportive partnerships or even new connections coming up in August, right? So August 2026, this is a great time for networking. You'll be making major progress toward long-term goals, right? This can absolutely be breakthrough energy for you, okay? I am feeling that pretty strongly here, Libra, or something that even starts now. And yeah, it may take a little while to unfold, but I am getting this, as I said, major leaps, unlocking, getting the keys or like a passcode, literally or figuratively. All right, what else do we have for Libra? I'm hearing the name Samantha or Sam. We have the Knight of Wands here. This is something about the adventure of it all, like enjoying the adventure, enjoying the just getting passionate about doing something. Maybe it's something you did in the past, even, and just kind of having that spark, to go ahead and get started, and just not being someone who's going to be stopped. This is someone who's been through it, and you're taking charge here, because I have this with all this like king energy too, and I feel like you're well on your way to being a leader yourself, if you aren't already. And we have Justice here. Justice, and this is our card, right? And that's what's clarifying the King of Swords. So King of Clarity is clarified by the cause and effect and fairness of the Justice card. This is someone who acts with integrity. How something comes to be is very important. And yeah, you'll notice they both have their swords raised. So getting clear, the truth. This is definitely breakthrough energy. All right. It's like if you can think of how to make it possible, it can be possible. And bottom of the deck, what I tell you, you've got 1111 now. So get excited. Your time for happiness, celebration is here with the Four of Wands. Okay, if you have felt a lack of stability, a lack of support, even conflicts in some way with home, etc., this is like, if you'd had a wish for that to clear out, here it is. It clears out now. You overcome it in some way, right? It's about kind of releasing yourself. What else do we have? Death card transformation. There it is. Showing up a lot in our readings lately. Sometimes we can't have that new beginning without actually taking action and moving on. Okay, so trust your inner voice too. There's something about that coming in with this card. This is about change, right? It's moving on. It's moving through something too. And it's all about too how we're shifting our perspective. They're all doing something differently when this card arrives, or when the rider arrives. And so things, perspective, how we perceive things, it really does matter, right? It's all about making our own reality to some degree. Oh, there's the High Priestess. Like I said, trust your inner knowing, your inner voice, right? Trust your intuition. This is about really trusting yourself, really tuning in to just any sort of, if you have felt like someone had a hidden agenda or something, or you yourself in general have just felt sort of a lack of insight, it feels like that clears out. But it's only after you do things like release what's holding you back, and focus on the positive, organize your space, organize the next steps here, releasing any sort of negativity within you or your greater environment even. Okay, so the High Priestess, sometimes they have to turn their back in order to do that. Yeah, they need that quiet space. like trusting the mysteries of life, seeing how things are going to unfold. And you have the Emperor over the Nine of Swords. So really taking charge of what's going on in your own mind is critical. It is absolutely key, because you could be you could be playing into the emotions either of others, or you could be or the fears of others. They could be, like I said before, projecting. But the Emperor showing up, we have the Emperor now and the Empress. Talk about having it all, right? I also want to point out you have 444 actually in your reading. You have the Emperor, which is 4. You have the 4 of Wands. You have well, technically death is a 4 too, but anyway, you have the 4 of Pentacles. So 444. So this is, let me get this card out for you. It's definitely encouragement, a sign you're on the right path. Let's see, for Libra. 444, yeah, you're guided and protected. So angels watch over you with love and encouragement. So not fearing that Nine of Swords energy, right? You're getting yourself unstuck from any sort of pattern. Some of you may have been playing it safe and just kind of locked and blocked in sort of a comfort zone. With the Emperor here over that Nine of Swords, I see you coming out of that. But it's going to take some planning, and it's going to be this energy where like you have to remain calm and in control, and not let your emotions or your mind just come in and get the best of you. Okay, so you really having the strength over your own mindset. As I said, perception is really going to matter. So what else do we have? Knight of Cups. There it is, Knight of Cups. We've been getting this a lot lately. I'm actually hearing the name Charles. I keep hearing the name Charles, so I'm just going to say it. Okay. We've been getting the Knight of Cups a lot lately, so I just kind of want to dig a little bit deeper into the Knight of Cups and just what it can mean for a variety of different situations, right? So it can be about your own creativity and sensitivity increasing, or it can also be love, following your love. It's kind of that, like knight in shining armor, or someone who really wears their heart on their sleeve. So this is about good news too, when it comes to, it could be money, career. It's a very positive sign about potential, and it's about the news of some sort of potential, maybe, right? So it's like feeling very, very good about whatever's coming next, and letting yourself be guided by your intuition, like that high priestess, right? And just reminding yourself that you don't have to be afraid of putting your heart out there either. So if you're really called to do something, it's like letting that unfold, and really following your heart's desire, and being creative, and being adventurous, and yeah. So because we have the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Wands, right? So needing those, having both of those energies. I mean, when we look at the Knight of Wands, this is like showing you that it's okay to pursue your passion, right? It can be a very like kind of life of the party sort of energy. So maybe that's an energy that's like around you at this time, a younger life of the party kind of energy, or someone who's kind of emotional. But I feel like for some of you, that energy could be looking up to you to kind of set the structure. When I'm looking at this Emperor, so I'm feeling that, especially with the Emperor and the 4 of Wands, it feels like you're like kind of this stable force, sort of creating structure, and helping other people maybe around you who are having difficulty managing their own emotions. Okay, so I'm feeling that. I know that's pretty specific, but it definitely is coming in, and so I feel like I need to share that. Now that let's get into some clarifying love situations, and it doesn't have to be romantic love; it can be any situation. Okay, any sort of relationship in your life. So let me get that out here now. Love, yeah, clarifying love situations. Whoa. So you have a love offer. So there will be love reciprocated. This is about an honest offer, making something official, or maybe building a secure foundation. As I said, sort of building that structure, stability. And I did say some of you you're really going to be focusing on your routines and self-love. Okay, or at least that's the advice. What else do we have for Libra, August 2026? Music. This is about tuning into your own heart. That is absolutely the Knight of Cups, as I said, right? So fun times here, high vibrations, harmonious blends, being in tune, listening to your heart and your intuition. What else? At home. So this could be a place that your heart longs to be. So feeling a comfortable, happy, familiar foundation, having that security. Maybe some of you are going to have a new home, change residence, or change in your home in general. And then we have cleanup. Maybe you're cleaning your home up, or you're cleaning up some sort of relationship or something else that's been heavy, weighing heavy on you. So this is about making those healthy choices, the positive life changes, really releasing your burdens and taking accountability as you prioritize in your life. Let's get some money moves cards. I feel some of you are ready to take action. Definitely ready to take action. Oh yeah, but maybe you need a strategy, right? Now this is cool. We have two cards now, different decks that actually have the chat that have chess on them. So maybe you're feeling like life really is like a game of chess right now. You could be in negotiations. I'm feeling that off this card. So this says create a plan of action. So direction, order, proposal, routines, coming up with a game plan, right? What else do we have? Vacation. And as I said before, take time to recharge your batteries. Some of you may need to do that before you step into a very busy time. So soaking up the summer vibes, I feel. Summer in the Northern Hemisphere anyway, right? So we have travel, escape, or a career even in traveling, or investing in projects, faraway projects. I'm feeling that intuitively. I'm hearing that too. So this is like also just taking a break in general. Okay. We do have investment here. Okay. Investment coming in off this card. And this is investing in what you know. So this is giving in some way or committing, right? So you could be saving or putting into savings or rich funds like that. So we have truth will come to light. Absolutely. That's written all over this reading here with the King of Swords, as well as the Justice card, and even the High Priestess card. So this is about some sort of revelation or clarity, answers coming. This is also about you being in the spotlight for wisdom that you possess. Okay. Now I have another deck here focusing on your abundance and career. And here's the back of it. It's by Maruka X, but the name is not on it. It's a thick deck. It's really a big deck, actually. And so let's see. What do we have here? Just going to get one of these. Message for Libra. We have answers emerge. Yes, this is a big deal here. Answers emerge. Some of you too earlier, or even in July, you may have had your worth or your value kind of tested or something along those lines. And I feel like you emerge victorious in that situation. So here we have answers emerging. Okay, and that's right after that illumination. So this is about you will soon find a resolution, or you just did, in your current situation, and you'll regain control over it. There's new information that emerges in career. Exciting opportunities could start to unfold for you. Getting lots of threes. When I looked at the clock, it was like, or the timer on here, it was 33:03. Then the next time I looked, it was 33:13. And there's just a lot of threes. Okay, so let's get into what 333. It's already right here. Sign of protection, so your angels guide you on the right path. Some of you may need to hear that you are protected, because now you have your second card that says you're guided and protected. So know that you are indeed protected here. 3s and 4s are important. I looked at the timer and it was 3343 when I had 333 and 444. So that's pretty cool. All right. What else for Libra? Let's go ahead and get some Galactic Angel messages. We have expand the mind, learn a new skill. So this is about knowledge opening the doors to a whole new direction for you, or at least more in a direction you want to go. Doesn't have to be a brand new direction. It can be helping you go deeper in a topic, right? And then we have release and let go. Yeah. So release the energies you absorbed from others and the universe. Okay. And do remember, take the break or the vacation if you can, even if it's just for a little bit. Okay. That is coming in again. So now we have the Animal Healing Oracle. Whoa, that one comes out. Okay. All right, we have Komodo Dragon, Focused Intention, card 4. So card 4, Focused Intention. This is Earth Star Chakra. So keep your eyes on the target. Don't let anything distract you. You create what you focus on. Okay, that's your animal coming up for the month of August. And remember, this is about, creating what you focus on, not letting anything distract you. I did have Libra change your look. It changes your outlook and your life, and also how you're viewed. And I was getting an exact quote of steal the show, steal the prize. So maybe putting yourself center stage in some way is going to help you win, have that win, that victory. So you know how to show support. Thanks so much for being here. I'm wishing you all a wonderful August, and I'll see you in the next reading, which will be Sunday, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Thank you so much for being here. Take care.